What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, October 30th. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the dog Rune token, but more specifically, the data and analytics. Now, in this video, I want to share with you how leverage traders are positioning themselves with dog. You'll be surprised what we're going to expose in terms of their long positions and how they're betting on dog for future price increase. Then, what I'm also going to share with you is Bitcoin dominance. How's that affecting dog, and especially the Rune ecosystem? And when will altcoin season begin after Bitcoin dominance? Then I'm going to share with you charting analysis and also YouTubers bringing in mass adoption by educating their viewers about dog. So let's go ahead and begin by smashing that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct message, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, the dog Rune token is hovering around a 460 million market cap. Now, if you look over the past day, yes, it's down 7%, but over the past 7 days, it hasn't really gone up or down that much. Let's look over the past month. It's actually up 19%. Over the past year, it's actually up 4%. So right now, we're in this nice firm consolidation phase of accumulation. Now, it's obviously due to Bitcoin's price, which is roughly around $71,000 at the time of this recording. Just as of yesterday, it was getting very close to breaking its new all-time high at around 74,000. So it's taken a massive dip since then. Now let's look at the total Rune market cap, roughly around $1.2 billion. Still kind of healthy in consolidation. I think that's mainly because Memento Mori just came out recently, and that is Casey Rodamore's token that's been airdropped to his Patreon holders. And this is now the story that's kind of catching waves across Rune's crypto Twitter. Now, when we look over Magic Eden, you can see that the amount of unique holders actually hasn't changed that much. And the sats for dog is roughly around 6.34. Just as of yesterday, I think it was around 6.7. So that's something that I think is a great dollar cost averaging field. Don't worry, we're going to talk about charting analysis at the very end of the video. Now, let's talk about the YouTubers educating their audiences, getting them exposed to dog. And this is really important because just as of this morning, Cryptolark had 586,000 YouTube followers, by the way, mentioned dog during his live stream, saying if you're only going to buy a meme coin on Bitcoin, it's going to have to be dog. I'll put a link on the upper right hand side if you haven't seen that video already. But it doesn't stop there, because Rob from Digital Asset News made a video yesterday dedicated to teaching his audience, his 350,000 audiences, on how to buy dog within the Xverse.App. Now, there is an in-app swap option within Xverse. You should definitely check that out. I'll put a link on the upper right hand side if you haven't seen it already, but this is really amazing seeing YouTubers talking about it. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin dominance. So if you don't know, around 113 currencies around the world, if you compare those to Bitcoin, they have all reached a new all-time high. So right now, Bitcoin dominance is in play. Now, we haven't seen Bitcoin dominance since 3.5 years ago. So that's roughly around 13,012 days. That's crazy. So what happens when there's Bitcoin dominance? Well, this is what actually happens. So this is Bitcoin compared to altcoins. So if you look at Bitcoin dominance, whenever there's Bitcoin dominance, we typically see that Bitcoin's going to pump. Altcoins, and especially meme coins, don't pump as much because a lot of people are putting their money into Bitcoin's price, and people think that Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000. So if Bitcoin hits 100,000, some people predict that altcoin season will happen right after. And why is that? It's because people take their profits and rotate it from Bitcoin into different altcoins for even more gains, and probably rotate it back into Bitcoin. So if we look back in 2021, what happens when Bitcoin's dominance took a dip? Well, guess what? In early 2021, we saw that gaming altcoins, meme coins ended up pumping massively. It's because people took their Bitcoin and dumped it into altcoins. And that happened so fast that we saw major altcoins make substantial gains. That's even when Dogecoin was making all-time highs. So this is what we could expect now for Bitcoin if it's going to reach 100,000. Now let's talk about dog. That could be playing out in the same way that Dogecoin took back in early 2021, which we just did mention. Because Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures says, dog charts still locked and loaded and very much on track. I wonder which tier 1 exchange will miss this rocket ship. So basically, dog could be positioned to follow the same bull rally as Dogecoin. And this could even happen sooner rather than later, because if a tier 1 exchange does list dog before the end of the year, this could be a substantial, huge uprise for the dog holders as well. Now, let's look at the cup and handle pattern that's forming for Bitcoin. Now, we did mention that this is happening for dog, but believe it or not, it's also happening for Bitcoin. So this is the handle right here, and this is the cup. Typically, out of a handle of a cup and handle pattern, there's a major breakout at this neckline, which will then send us in new all-time high levels. Now let's look at the dog rune token because it's also following the same pattern. So as we can see here, we are seeing that we're consolidating at around the 460 million market cap. Just to be very quiet and frank with you, I think it could dip as low as 420 million, and that would be absolutely fine with me. If it does do that, that's a great place to dollar cost average between 450 to 420 million. But this would only form and complete the handle pattern, which would then skyrocket us to the moon. Now, the reason this is important and why I think that this could potentially happen is because if you look at the MACD, we're actually still in the buyer's market because we're above the buyer threshold right here. If we fall below this line, then we're in the seller's market. And I think this can continue to happen because we've been in a seller's market for so many months prior to this bull market. Now, look at the RSI. Now, the RSI right now is potentially forming a bearish trend, meaning less activity, but this could be short-lived because this activity could be renewed and send us back to the moon, sending us new all-time high levels on the RSI. So right now, I definitely think we are still in play for a cup and handle pattern. The last thing I want to share with you is what leverage traders for perpetual and futures are doing on the sidelines. Because as you can see here, if you pay attention to this yellow line, this is what it means. It represents that dog's price, and the green area shows that the OI weighted funding rate over time. This funding rate is measured of how traders are positioned, both long versus short positions in the futures market. So what this means is that long traders are paying shorts, and that demand is basically saying that the price is going to increase. So they're expecting that the price is going to keep going up, which basically fulfills their bags and makes them more money. So that's really positive in my personal opinion. Look at this green section right here. There's a huge spike at the very moment that we're talking and recording this video. So what does that mean? So in these recent trends, toward the end of the chart, which is late October, there's a noticeable uptick in dog's price alongside a strong positive funding rate. This continued positive funding rate with rising price could signal sustained bullishness as traders remain confident in further price increases. In summary, the chart shows a generally bullish trend for dog with persistent positive funding rates and a correlation between funding rate spikes and price increases, especially in the recent weeks. Now, if you go ahead and just kind of zoom out, look at the top 3 meme coins on Bitcoin. They only make up 0.05% of Bitcoin's $1.4 trillion market cap. That's crazy. Now, when you compare that to Ethereum and Solana, Ethereum's meme coins make up 5% of Ethereum's $320 billion market cap, which is very tiny compared to Bitcoin's $1.4 trillion market cap. Then when you look over at Solana, their top 3 meme coins almost make up 7% of Solana's total market cap of $82 billion. So just imagine when these 3 meme coins, or aka the top meme coins of the Rune ecosystem, make up just 1, 2, 5%, 7% of Bitcoin's market cap. This will absolutely melt faces and will be in the multi-billions of dollars. Now, as a conclusion and statement, you've heard my thoughts regarding the dog rune token in terms of how long traders are leveraging their position, thinking that the price of dog is going to go up higher to fill their bags and make more money. And also I shared with you the Bitcoin dominance compared to altcoin season and how YouTubers are bringing in more adoption, more eyes into dog. So my personal opinion, this is the best dollar cost averaging moment between 420 million to 450 million. That's the best dollar cost average entry that you can find yourself in with a specific token. But that's just my personal opinion. What are you going to do in terms of your positions with dog? Are you going to be waiting for the dip? Are you going to be dollar cost averaging? Are you going to be accumulating? Or are you going to be waiting on the sidelines just watching the price? Well, let me know your comments down below and I cannot wait to read them. So as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding dog go to the moon. Till then, see you guys and girls next time.